Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
This is the Weather Extreme video for Sunday, September the 25th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and before we get started, let me just remind you the National Weather Association's National Conference is coming up beginning October the 15th at the Winfrey Hotel. If you'll go to the NWA2011.com, you'll get all the details there. Let's take a river themed this morning, and how about Demopolis? River running chock full over there with lots of rain that we've had recently. Can't tell the level of the Tennessee River, but it runs pretty good anyway. But a beautiful shot as we look out over the bridge at Decatur. Just can't help but enjoy those shots from there. And then we see a couple of clouds in the sky, low on the horizon at Selma as we look over the Edmund Pettus Bridge down there as that the road heads towards Montgomery. On our surface map this morning, we did have a bit of a front go through yesterday, or Friday rather, and that's down along the Gulf Coast and over on the southeast coast. But we have another front that will slowly make its way through the area on Monday, bringing us a pretty good chance for showers and potentially a thunderstorm. We have a small risk of severe weather just to our northwest. In the upper atmosphere, we're dealing with this closed low, a big closed low, and it was centered near Chicago yesterday, but it is meandering and kind of retrograding a bit as it moves slowly, but it should move off to the northeast during the upcoming week, and that will bring us some cooler weather towards the end of the week. Surface temperatures, or temperatures from the surface stations across the country, and you can see it's pretty warm up the East Coast with 60s. Remember, these are 5 a.m. temperatures, so the temperature is very warm. And then we've got pretty warm temperatures in Texas, and then a nice cool shot of air on the west side of that closed low over parts of the north central part of the United States from northern Missouri and northern Kansas all the way up into the Dakotas. So nothing exceptionally cold, but certainly a hint of fall in the air. Not quite as cool in some spots across central and north Alabama. The clouds keeping temperatures up a little bit. I noticed Muscle Shoals there is 60. Haleyville about 61. And then down across the east part of the state, we're down in the mid-50s. So a nice cool start to the day once again. There's some of the showers we can see on the regional radar. Got a little band that's moving into northwest. It's probably just some clouds, but most of the rain along the Mississippi River. QPF guys thinking we're going to have a bit of rain, especially off to the northwest, but it looks like for us, we're dealing with probably on the order of, a half to 3/4 of an inch or so for most people. It's going to be in the form of showers. So once again, not everybody is going to get a shot at that rain. Storm Prediction Center outlooking a slight risk from, let's see, about Dyersburg across Memphis, just to the south of Little Rock and almost to Texarkana, but not quite. And so looking out for a slight risk of storms there, large hail or damaging wind most likely prospects. And then on day 2, which is Monday, we do see a couple of areas of concern, one up over, centered over Pennsylvania and Ohio, and another one down in the Mid-South area. Tropics continue to be relatively active. We have Ophelia and Philippe, and Ophelia not looking like she's much of anything to deal with at all, just a real shadow of herself, but they're maintaining a tropical storm strength. On the track map, National Hurricane Center indicating that it's going to be recurving and should still miss Bermuda, it looks like, but staying well away from the coast of the U.S. Further out in the Atlantic, we have Philippe, and Philippe looking relatively good with a nice burst of convection having occurred overnight. And then on the track for Philippe could possibly reach hurricane status on Tuesday, briefly, and then as it recurves into the open Atlantic, well away from any landmass, not going to be a threat for anything but shipping. The 06Z GFS model run, and there's our map for surface map for today. And you can see we stay dry with most of the rain off to our northwest. The closed low still meanders slowly, but does begin to get a little bit of an eastward trek to it on Monday. And what that means is that the front is likely to move into our area. So I think our best shot at some rain is going to come Monday morning and Monday afternoon. The closed low does, especially the axis of the trough moves by. And what that means for us, I think, is that by Tuesday, we're going to be clearing out. I don't know that we'll be clear in the morning, but we should see some sunshine during the day. And, of course, with those thickness values, we'll probably stay warm during the day, but have some cool nights. The closed low continues to move slowly, but the trough axis is by us. So we stay on the cooler side of it. And while there may be some showers down along the Gulf Coast, I think for the most part we stay dry. That trough gets pushed out by another one that drops in on the western side of the Great Lakes, while that bigger one moves on out finally, and we stay dry on Thursday. On Friday, whoa, look at that northwesterly flow. Looks like we could be cooling off even more on Friday. And then on Saturday, we stay under that northwesterly flow pattern, and that could keep, or should keep us dry. And so another great fall weekend in store for us, it looks like, for next weekend, and that is the 1st of October. And then the ridge getting over us, but we're still right on that edge of the northwesterly flow, so no major changes to the temperature forecast, but it looks like we do stay cool and dry. Warm up may be coming after this particular time. Looking out further into the future, we see that the GFS replaces that troughiness with a ridge eventually. This is around Wednesday, the 5th of October. And then look at this. Wow, isn't that amazing? The 11th, very flat pattern with a very good zonal flow. Of course, that's the kind of thing that keeps us dry in October. So, but boy, that's a big change in the GFS to go from the pattern we've been under. So we'll see, but that is well out into voodoo country. Again, remind you of the National Weather Association's upcoming conference. A lot of planning going into it, a lot of excitement about all the weather folks coming. Hope that you can participate in some aspect of it. James Spann should be back in the saddle once again with the next Weather Extreme video first thing Monday morning. In the meantime, I hope your Sunday is a good one, and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.